And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel. Today we're taking a look at Fist of Dragonstones, the Tavern Edition. Now, Fist of Dragonstones is a reprint of a game that came out a long time ago from Days of Wonder. This is one of the first actually I believe this is the first Days of Wonder game ever played. This came out in 2002, and the quality and production of this small game put Days of Wonder on the map. Well, Ticket to Ride might have done that a little bit more, but when we saw this, we were like, wow, look at these great components. Components that nowadays we consider essential for any game. Days of Wonder did it. Fist of Dragonstones was also hot in the heels of Citadels, which was a very popular game from one of the two designers of this, Bruno Faidutti. But Bruno Faidutti and Michael Schacht together created a really fun blind bidding game, a game that I still have in my collection to this day. This is a newer version. It's set in the Tavern and Flagon universe, a game that Jeff Engelstein, the Engelstein trio designed. So this is kind of set in that same universe, but it's essentially almost the same game with some minor changes. If you never played the other game, who cares though? Here's how this one plays. Each player is going to get a shield where they're going to keep their gold and silver coins behind it. You're going to start the game with 9 fairy gold, 2 common gold, and 5 common silver. You're also going to start with 4 Dragonstones randomly drawn from a bag. The stones are going to be blue, red, or yellow. And you're going to start with this die here, which is basically just to keep track of your points. Getting 3 points wins you the game. You start with none. Now each round is going to be the same thing. You're going to have these 7 basic cards that you're going to have, and the witch card, so there's 8 basic cards. Then there's a big stack here, and you're going to draw 3 cards from that stack. You're going to shuffle all the cards together, except for the witch. The witch will always be the first card that you will bid on. And then you'll put out the cards in order one at a time and bid on each card starting with the witch. When you bid on a card, bidding is blind bidding. You can take any amount of fairy or common gold and put it in your fist and reveal it. Whatever you bid is lost. Now, common gold goes back to the bank. Fairy gold is simply placed in front of your shield. And yet, since it's magical, you'll get it back at the end of the round. So you gotta be careful with common gold. It can give you an edge, but it goes away. If there's a tie for a card, then you would bid silver on that card. And then the silver is only used in ties, and whoever bids more silver wins the card, in which case there's still a tie, then no one gets it. If no one bids anything at all, you get one of your fairy gold back, and if anybody has the king's favorite card, they can give it to the person with the least amount of points, and they can take the card if no one bid any gold on it at all. So what happens when you win the cards? Well, when you win the witch, you get one of the black tokens here, a black magic coin. In the future, for that round, it's going to go away at the end of the round, so you got to use it in one turn. If you bid this, whatever card is out there will be canceled. That's why the witch always goes first. The other basic cards that are going to be in every single round is the blue dragon. Win this, get a blue dragonstone. Yellow, get a yellow. Red, get a red. Thief, you can steal a dragonstone from the second highest bidder. And if you're the only bidder, you get to steal it from everyone else because they're all the second highest bidding. Then how do you get points? Well, the wizard, you can pay 1 dragonstone of each color to get a point. Or you can take 3 common silvers, pay any 4 dragonstones to get a point. Or take 4 common silvers. Or pay 4 dragonstones of the same color to get 2 points. Or take 1 common gold coin from the bank. These are in every round. So I drew 3 other cards, and so before each round you go over the 3 cards. So this round, this just gives you 2 Dragonstones randomly from the bank. If you win this one, you keep it in front of you and you win all ties in silver auctions, even if you're not one of the tied players. So this is like a permanent card. Here, the Fairy Queen gives you a magic blue coin. Ooh. Later on in the game, you can add it to your bid once in an auction after the bids from all players have been revealed. Well, that's pretty neat. And really, there's all sorts of cards in here. The Imp lets you, if you win this one, you can pick a character that's not been auctioned yet. Or Ghost, you can pick one that's already been auctioned. Some of them allow you to give points. This one lets you roll a special scoring die. If it's within 1 of your current score, it becomes your new score. Of course, that could be bad. It could make it go down. This gives you a red magic coin. Later in the game, you can bid it to double the value of your bid. That's pretty neat. Pay 2 of the same Dragonstone and get 1 point. I think this one gives you a random character from those that have not yet been auctioned and play it, so that could be bad or good for you. and trade all your Dragonstones with another player, but you have to win these to get to do them. The white dragon gives you a white Dragonstone, and this is basically wild. It can be any Dragonstone that exists. And so there's a ton. You're not going to see all these in each game. In fact, you're only going to ever get 3 of them per round. So let's say a game takes 5 rounds, you'll get 15 different ones, but each of these has a different ability. The red ones get used right away. Some give you coins, some give you powers. So this one lets you keep your Dragonstones hidden for the rest of the game behind your screen. And this, you can spend it later in the game and have an auction bid only with silver coins. So if you have a lot of silver coins, from now on you can always use one non-blue Dragonstone as if it were a blue Dragonstone. So there's some really cool effects in here, and you're just going to keep going. Now at the end of a round, the last card that's auctioned off, whatever it might be, so let's pretend it was Fairy Queen, whoever wins that gets the King's Favor token and a silver coin and this card, which again you can claim to take a card if nobody bids on that card. And that's pretty much it. You just keep going till one player gets 3 points. That player is the winner of the game. All right, the coins are really cool. I really like the fairy, although it's a little weird to me that the common gold is bright and shiny and the fairy gold is not, but whatever. You have all these different discs and the different Dragonstones. Oddly enough, the bag itself, you have it there so you can randomly pull them out there. But since 3 cards tell you to pick a specific one, we found it's easier to leave them out of the bag and throw them in the bag only when you need to pull random stuff. These are cool. I like these, keeping track of your points. You roll it for that one card. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the artwork of the game, and I don't really care that it's set in the Tavern universe or whatever. But the artwork on the cards is not bad. It actually works well, and the cards are really good quality. So I do like that. It's fun to shuffle. This King's Favor token is a really nice big fat token. So for the most part, I like the components. My only major complaint about the components is the rule book. This rule book, and even the box is way bigger than the game needs. But this rule book is the same size as the box, and it's idiotic. If I'm looking for something to flip this around the table, it's huge. I don't understand why it couldn't have been half the size or even a fourth of the size. I don't like this rule book. I mean, it explains the game fine, but just constantly, it's like reading a newspaper at the table. Other than that, like I said though, fantastic components on par with the original Fantastic Days of Wonder edition. Now let's start by saying I really do like this game. I really do enjoy it. I think the rule changes to the new one, the way more cards, way more special cards in the new one. That's fantastic. And the King's Favor and just some minor rules tweaks make the game go faster. That's a good thing. I do not like that the new box is this big and the old one's smaller. I'm usually a big proponent of big games, but this one does not need to be this big, this box and the rule book and all that stuff. So, but like I said, the component quality is on par, so don't feel like you have to go hunt down the old one. This is great, and there's a lot more content in here, and that's fantastic. Now, this game has always been divisive when I have taught it to people, because some people do not like blind bidding, where you lose even if you lose. So if I bid 4, gold and you bid 5, well, my 4 just went to nothing. That's going to happen in this game, and it's going to happen a decent amount. You won't lose every auction. There's a ton of auctions. In fact, to the point where, again, some people don't like it because they feel it's repetitive. You do go, oh, go, go, go. However, this version really cleaned up the game to make it go much faster. Most of our games don't go more than 4 rounds. Well, sure, there's like 9, 10 auctions in a round, but they're really fast. But your things, reveal, I won, I lost, take a stone, next. Someone's going to win that witch every round too, and everyone's sitting there very tense. When are they going to play that black coin? Obviously, you're going to play it when Billy's going to get the 2 points there, but I don't know. Margie is about to score points on that turn. Maybe he'll cancel hers. Or maybe he'll just cancel one that we're not ready for and no one expects. That sort of thing is neat. I'm glad the witch gets auctioned first, but I also like the 3 other cards. It's like, ooh, there's some really cool special cards. I want to win those, but I just need some Dragonstones. Wait, the blue Dragonstone. No one seems to want that. Maybe just 1 gold. I'll put it out. Maybe I'll win it. And the fairy gold coming back and using the silver coins to break ties is kind of weird thematically, right? Like, why do you use silver to break ties? But it works really well. And then with the extra coins, and you get a special power no one else has. This game is a lot of fun. It also scales really well. It goes up to 6 players. There's enough stuff to pass around. I think it plays pretty well with 3 players. A quick, fast little auction game. But with 6, With 6, there's a chance you're going to get shut out a lot, so keep that in mind. But I think if you play it as a raucous party-style game, it works well there too. All in all, I'm really glad that this game is back in print. I've always thought it was one of the best designs that Bruno Faidutti has done. I like the idea of bidding and getting these things and turning them into points and trying to outthink everybody else. I like the idea of the fairy gold being spent, but then it comes back to you. The king's favor, again, helps keep things going. Oh, no one won that card? No, I won that card. And again, that means more cards will be won, which makes the gameplay just go that much quicker. So, more stuff, more content, and it's one of the best blind bidding games that exists. Big recommendation for me, Fist of Dragonstones. Dice Tower Judgment, approved!